Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed officers of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servant whom you have been pleased to call the performance of important tasks in the county and the Republic of Kenya. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled and grant that we treat and consider all matters that will come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Confirm whether we have quorum.
Honorable Speaker, quorum is now present.
Orders of the business.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, papers.
Next order.
Order number 5, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Honorable Hilary Serem. Honorable Hilary Serem. And next time, make sure that you are in time.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to make request for 2 statements. The first statement, Mr. Speaker, on Special Economic Zone project in Chemase. But, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2C, I stand to seek statement from Chairperson on Trade and Investment and Industrialization relating to Special Economic Zone, considering that the Special Economic Zone was launched at Chemase and the county government entered into partnership with Export Processing Zone Authority, EPZA, to implement the project. The chairperson to inform this House on the status of implementation of Special Economic Zone project in Chemase. Secondly, Mr. Speaker.
Order, Honorable Hilary. I am trying to scan around to see the chair trade to make a commitment. I am privy to the fact that I think Honorable Walter Teno, you are the vice chair. Can you give an undertaking when you will respond to this particular statement sought by Honorable Hilary Serem?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I think I want to thank Honorable Hilary Serem for raising a very crucial matter, Honorable Speaker. And I think because we'll be going for sports, Honorable Speaker, from 27 to 5th, I think you can give us up to around 14 of October, Honorable Speaker, so that we may respond. But if we can get the report as soon as possible, we can avail next week, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Walter Teno, sports will begin 27th. 1 week from now, as earlier given as an undertaking for every statement, is on Tuesday next week. I think we would be fair to the honorable member and all the honorable members, if you can respond to that statement next week on Wednesday.
Honorable Speaker, as you are the chair, and I know you are one Falafola, Honorable Speaker, and you are playing in the same team. I know you'll be going for training maybe from tomorrow. So I don't want to lie to this house that I will present the report on Wednesday. You can push a little bit, Honorable Speaker, to allow so that we may get a concrete report on the issue.
Your statement sounds like intimidating the chair to accept the way you wanted your issue to be. We are giving, what is it, Honorable Jeria Delvas?
Honorable Speaker, I want to concur with you that actually the member for trade is misleading this house. 1 week, as ordered by Honorable Speaker, is enough for the members of trade to furnish this out to the statements. We cannot lazy around buying time and saying that we need 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Order, Honorable Elvas.
Mr. Speaker, I concur with you. Can we compel these honorable members of trade, please, to furnish?
Order, Honorable Elvas. You are clearly out of order. You never told us what were you standing on. There is nothing like you want to concur with the chair.
It was point of information.
So, Honorable Walter Teno, we would be fair to this house if you will give us any information that we will have received by Wednesday next week.
Information, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Clara.
Honorable Speaker, I happen to sit in the same committee, Trade and Investment. And in our table, we have quite a number of business that we need to transact. Note that the statement sought by Honorable Hillary is not important, but we will need enough time for us to be able to give you a good report. Honorable Speaker, I would like to inform the member for devolution, the chair, that no member of Trade Committee is lazing around, and he has to withdraw, Honorable Speaker.
You would be on.
Again, Honorable Speaker, point of information, and to inform Honorable Chair for.
Who has given you the permission to speak, Honorable Walter Teno? Then proceed to give us your information.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm a bit confused on when the Honorable Chair for Devolution says that the trade are very lazy people. When we have the chairman for education in trade, who is very busy. So somebody cannot say that the committee
Order, Honorable
Point of information,
Walter
Mr. Speaker.
Teno.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Order, Honorable Cheriot. I clearly ruled Honorable Elfas Cheriot out of order because he clearly stood and never gave us what he was trying to inform the House on. So you don't have to continue deliberating on a matter that I've already ruled. So clearly the two of you will be out of order to still dispense of that matter.
Honorable Speaker, point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Elfas.
Thank you very much. I want to make my point clear. I didn't say they are listening around. I say we do not want.
Order, Honorable
Thank you.
Elfas. Order.
Of information, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Willie Maru.
The same chairman from devolution, he took us to Mombasa 3 weeks prior to the day we went there. So I don't know what he was also doing. We prepared for Mombasa 3 weeks. And then after the 3rd week, he says, let's now go to Mombasa. So the same things go the same way, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Willie Maru, I have ruled that it is wrong to still debate on a matter I have already ruled on. So you are clearly out of order. Though you've made a valid statement, you are out of order. Honorable Teresa Mayo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I hope it is not on the same issue.
I raised up or I switched on my mic because I wanted to confirm.
First, switch off your.
now that you ruled everyone out of order, Honorable Speaker, on that matter, I only wanted to confirm that it's true there seems to be a bit of laziness from the committee on.
You are out of order, Honorable Teresa Mayu. You are out of order. So, Honorable Walter Teno and the Trade Committee, you make that response within the 7 days given.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We'll do us, but I think you have all the honorable members for trade here. You have a quorum already, and we can even go after this and work on this report, Honorable Speaker. I think you have Honorable Mengage, you have Honorable Clara, Honorable Willie Maru, Honorable Rail Rotich, and Honorable Rose. So we have quorum, can present as soon as possible. Thank you.
Then proceed, Honorable Walter Teno. That is the work of the leadership of the committee. Honorable Hilary Serem.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2C, I stand to seek a statement again on gazettement of Community Development Committee relating to. I stand to seek a statement from Chairperson of Lands and Environment and Natural Resources relating to Karebe Gold Mining Company, considering that the Community Development Committee had been constituted to represent the interests of the community in relation to operations of Karebe Gold Mining Company. The chairperson to inform this House why the gazettement of this Community Development Committee has delayed and what measures will be taken to ensure the committee is gazetted the soonest. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Fair enough. The chair, Lance. Vice Chair. The Honorable Osborne comment, it seems you've forgotten that you are the Vice Chair, Lands, Environment, Natural Resources Committee.
Honorable Chair, you are still talking to, I have not forgotten, you are still consulting. So
Fair enough, give an undertaking.
Yeah, now, let's commit to work on the report so that possibly by next week we're able to table. Thank you.
That is an undertaking to make sure that you report on the status of the same next week on Wednesday. Next order.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
What is it, Honorable Clara?
Honorable Speaker, with due respect, can we be served with the copies of the statement sought?
Fair enough. I think then you should not even be saying point of order. You should have just requested to be given the information or share the copies. You are a member of the speakers panel and you should be well informed about the provision of the standing orders.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Don't rub it in, please.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
Honorable Bombok.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to that this House adopts the report of the County Report and Infrastructure Committee on 2018-2019 Roads Maintenance Levy Fund (RLMF) projects in the Department of Roads Infrastructure laid on the table of the House on 17 September 2019. Honorable Speaker, I hope, Honorable Speaker, the members can be supplied with the copies so that whenever I will be already, if they have, let it be supplied because I will go through and while the supply is on, Honorable Speaker, this report is made pursuant to Nandi County Assembly Standing Order 194 and Committee Resolution dated 4th June 2019. The committee resolved to undertake monitoring and evaluation exercise on projects funded in 2018-2019 financial year and the road maintenance levy fund under the Department of Roads and Infrastructure. Honorable Speaker, the committee members, as is attached in the paper, in the mandate of the committee, I hope they have to go through. Then I go to acknowledgement. Committee of Transport and Infrastructure, I wish to extend a sincere gratitude of the GLACT for the guidance and necessary logistical support in this fundamental exercise. I also wish to appreciate members of the committee as well as members of this House for the dedication and commitment in ensuring that the process was a success. Finally, the committee is indeed to the County Assembly staff who have had invaluable technical support and service in successfully compiling the report. Honorable Speaker, the projects visited were all the wards, and I hope the copies have been supplied. As it is indicated in the first one, the program for the visit it started on 7th up to 24th. Honorable Speaker, the following were the methods used by the committee to get its finding during the visit. 1, observation of the projects visited. 2, engagement of the experts, sub-county road inspectors during the visit to give well-informed status of the projects by giving an expertise explanation of what is expected, integrating, graveling, culvert installation, road formation, and backfilling, among others. Getting views from the residents of the respective wards, taking photographs of the projects, taking the actual distance of the road coverage. Honorable Speaker, the committee findings and observations in Altai sub-county is as is shown. It started with Kaptumo Gapoi ward, and then the road, the number of the road was as it is in Kaptumo, Kabletio, Cheptuya road. I hope that is under the work done. And then another one, Koyonturio, we moved to Kobuchoy ward. There is a road also, and its name there, and the scope of work. I hope honorable members, since you have the copy, you can see. However, in the recommendation there, the contractor to erect billboard, as the billboard was not there, so that work was not completed. So as members, we wrote it not completed because we went through. We go to Kemeloi, Maraba ward, and then the road is as per the name, contractor, the scope of work done, and the work done. That one was smart work done.
Yes, Honorable.
Kindly allow me to make a request to Honorable Bwambok. Now that we need to benchmark on that road in Kemeloi, can you share the photos? Because in their report, they say they took photographs, maybe even video.
Honorable Boambok, do you have the videos and the photos for the projects you are mentioning?
Honorable Speaker, the photos are there, and I hope they are there.
Go through the report and as the office of the clerk meanwhile assist you in trying to get the photos on the screen.
Okay.
That should have been your request, but I think you failed to make that request. Fair enough, proceed.
So, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well,
Julishaji, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Fred.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kujulisha bunge ya kwamba unajua wananchi wanaona yale tunafanya. Kama mheshimiwa atakuwa anasema na hakuna, baadaye tutaulizwa na wananchi. Mheshimiwa Spika, kama hiyo picha hakuna, Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kujulisha hata mpaka watu wanaona, aseme yale yote tunajua ilikuwa ama hakuna.
Honorable Fred, I think the mover of the motion has told this Honorable House that the photos are there because they went round with the ICT team. So it's a matter of just getting the same from the ICT department. So proceed, Honorable Boambok.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So I was in Kemelai, Marapa, and the roads there, and the contractor, and the recommendations of the committee. I wish to read this one because the committee recommended that road is the best and should be used for the benchmarking by other contractors and stakeholders. The committee was satisfied with the works already done on the road. That one was the road in Kemeloi, Marapa. I hope Honorable Mayo is here and he can be our witness of the same because it comes from its word. The report, there was also work done in Kapkures, Chepchoril Road. So in that road, I hope the scope of work done, the contractor name, and the committee recommendation. In that, I wish also to read on this. The committee recommends that the works be completed within 60 days from the day of adoption of the report. Public participation be conducted for this redesigning and expansion of the road at some section of the road. The committee was dissatisfied with the works already done on the road. Contractor to erect billboards at the roadside. That one was the road from Cherrick Ward. We are moving to Kapsabit Ward, and the roads as shown there, and I hope honorable members, MCAs are also familiar because while we were moving around, we had also requested honorable MCAs to join us in that work. So Kamganyo is another one. Chepkumya Ward, we went through there, and then you can see the roads. Other roads were 2, but the number of kilometers could vary. So, and committee recommendations again in that one. Then we went to Tintred. The Tintred, you can see the number, the road, contractor, scope of works, the recommendations of the committee at the far end. And then we went to Chemelil, Chemase, road, contractor, scope of work, and the recommendations. I hope honorable members, especially the MCS from those wards, each one to be in touch with ease. So we go to Songosova, work contractor again, what their scope of work, recommendations from the committee.
Honorable Boambok, I think all the members have the copies of this particular document. You could proceed to general findings and recommendation.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You have also protected me because, you know, when another MCS not here at their words, they would think that we skipped. So it is good that you have said
Point
and
of
you have
information.
protected me.
What is it, Honorable Elfas?
Mr. Speaker, for information, I want to, as the
Order, Honorable Bwambok. When
as the honorable member actually was almost approaching Kapsimoto Ward, I was seeing the road by the name Ngariet Kongi Cheptilil Road. And then it was no billboard, scope of the work, ongoing and not yet inspected. And then they went to recommendation say they are satisfied with the work already done. Now, I don't know whether the recommendation contradicts the scope of work done.
Honorable Elfas, I think that is what you should be making as your contribution when the motion would have been moved and seconded. So don't be too fast. Honorable Jen Chepkoech. Honorable Ryle, assist Honorable Jen to use the.
Asante sana Mr. Speaker. Mimi nilikuwa tu nataka kusema hivi, tafadhali upatie ruhusa Mheshimiwa Wambok aseme kwa sababu mimi sina pepa ya braille. Sawa.
Noted, Honorable Jane. Noted, Honorable Jane. And as you've indicated, we will give Honorable Bwambok to mention, to go through the report. Honorable Bwambok.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Because of the request by Honorable Member, and we can't just neglect, because while we are in assembly, maybe it's fair enough so that at least she has got some eye about even the word that she's coming from. So, Honorable Speaker, in Kapsimoto Ward, there's road done, scope of work done, and the recommendation.
Yes, Honorable Teresa Mayo, what is your point of inquiry?
I would like to inquire, Honorable Speaker, about the braille machine Jane is asking, because I don't know whether the reading by the mover of the motion will replace the braille machines, because she has been asking for them 2 years now. I don't know what became of the asking. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Fair enough, Honorable Teresa Mayo. I think that should be handled at a different level. But for the sake of all honorable members now, so that the report will be well understood by all members, the Honorable Bwambok should be allowed to proceed with the moving of the motion. Then we can contribute.
Habari Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Fred.
Pia nami ningependa kupata habari kwa ofisi ya assembly yetu. Tangu nikuja hapa nimeuliza sheria ya Kiswahili mpaka leo Mheshimiwa Spika. Na tunaona ya kwamba unaona mambo mpaka sasa tunashangaa, hata yangu ni afadhali kwa sababu naweza elewa. Mheshimiwa ameuliza, nimeshukuru Mheshimiwa Teri. Na naona wewe unataka endelea tu na badala ungeuliza kwa sababu ni haki yake Mheshimiwa Spika. Tuko hapa na Mheshimiwa Clark, tuko hapa na viongozi wote, watuambie ilikuwaje. Kwa sababu tukiendelea na hii kazi, Mheshimiwa aelewi, mimi sielewi mambo mengine, tutakuwa tukienda wapi Mheshimiwa Spika?
Honorable Mengech.
On behalf of the Rules and Procedures Committee, I wish to request Honorable Kipkemboy, by the end of this month, the Kiswahili version of the standing orders will be ready.
I think, Honorable Fred, I need to give direction. You are a senior.
Mheshimiwa Spika, utatoa uamuzi na sijaelewa kwa sababu kila mara wanasema hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika. Hata marekebisho ya sheria ya bunge wamesema mwaka 2 mzima Mheshimiwa Spika.
Order, Honorable Fred.
Order,
Honorable Fred. I need to guide you. You are a senior honorable member of this house. If you need clarification in as far as what you've mentioned is concerned, you just seek a statement. You just do a write-up, address it to the office of the clerk, you raise it formally so that the assembly sees of that matter. Having said that, I think we are all in agreement that the issues you've raised and what Honorable Jane has raised is long overdue, and we shall give direction as we proceed. So make that formal request so that it would be addressed in a proper manner. Otherwise, Honorable Mengej was just sharing, giving an information because you've not formally sort a statement so that you are given a comprehensive response on what you have requested.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kukuambia kwamba hii si mambo ya kuuliza leo. Sasa ukiniambia niandike habari mara ngapi na nimeandika mbeleni, ni yale naulizia ilifika wapi, na bunge inaniruhusu niulize kulingana na sheria ya hii bunge. Si ati lazima niandike barua. Mimi ni mheshimiwa na ni haki yangu. Na kama Mheshimiwa Spika, waje nikuulize Mheshimiwa Spika, nipata habari kwako. Kama haya mambo sikuwa nimeuliza, kwa nini mheshimiwa alikuwa anashughulikia? Mheshimiwa Spika, lazima uangalie kwa wazi. Mheshimiwa Chepkoech ataandika namna gani, atasoma namna gani kwa ile anauliza? Kama tunafuata sheria hivyo. Sheria inasema unaweza ongea Kiingereza, unaweza ongea Kiswahili na unaweza tumia mikono. Kwa yale Chepkoech haipatikani hapo ndani. Mheshimiwa Spika, tufuate sheria Mheshimiwa Spika.
Fair enough, Honorable Fred. That is why the Speaker is here.
To also thank the honorable members for agreeing for, and also this report has brought another very important issue touching our member. So I was saying of Kapsimatwa, however, that one is not completed, but there is an ongoing dosing being done, which we saw it as very excellent. So that one is Nandi, the Nandis, again, the Stebarus, Kmoloning, Chelabal Road, contractor is his name is there, the scope of works done, and also the recommendations at that far end. We have got Kapchorwa again. Kapchorwa, there's in that Kapchorwa, the recommendations is there. And we go to Chepkunyuk Ward. Chepkunyuk Ward again, this road, scope of work and the recommendation, the committee was satisfied with the works already done on the road. And then we go to Lesos Ward. We have got Keben Dispensary, Chemasai Road, and the contractor, FMG, and then scope of work done, and then committee recommendation again there in that road at Lesos. And then we go to Mosop sub-county, start with Kaiboy, Kipkombot, Kili Road, and the contractor, the scope of work, and the recommendations of the committee. The committee also were satisfied with the work done. We go to Gabisaga Ward, again, the road name, and then contractor, scope of work, and then the committee recommendation again. The committee were satisfied with work already done on the road. Then we interlat Ward, the name of the road, contractor, scope of work done, and then the committee again were satisfied with the work done. We go to Jepterwai, Kapkoimur, Sokos Road, and then the number, the contractor, scope of work, and the recommendation again from the members, committee members. The committee were satisfied with the works already done on the road. We come to Kurgung Sorongai, the road, and then recommendation, contractor, and the committee recommendation. Again, that the committee were satisfied with the work already done on the road. Come to Sangalo Kebulonik, road name, contractor, scope of work, recommendations by the committee. And then Chesume County, we come to Kiptuya, likewise the same, scope of work, committee recommendation. Kaptel Kamoyua, likewise again, road name, scope of work, and the recommendations again. Chemundu Ward, the committee recommendation there were satisfied with the work already done and the scope of work done. Lelmo Kwangechek, the committee also recommended that the work was done fairly. And then, honorable members, I go now to the general recommendations. Honorable Speaker, the committee hereby recommends that the Department Transport and Infrastructure undertake the following. 1. In the subsequent budgets, propose budgetary allocation towards periodic maintenance of county roads, i.e. bush clearing, culvert opening, spot patching, and correcting drainage. Details, programs specified in the bill of quantities for each roadworks should be shared widely to all the stakeholders, especially the area member of county assembly. The community to whom the implementation of the projects are meant to benefit, these shall create project ownership, resolution to appreciation and utilization of projects. 3. In subsequent road works, tendering process appeal for road setting out demarcation should be provided in the PQ so as to eradicate road encroachment. That the department should ensure that no works are carried out by contractor without erection of the billboards. That the department should ensure that proper assessment of the capacity of contractors to undertake the road works. Number 6, the technical team working with the department should undertake proper regular supervision of the road works in order to enhance standards of works. The Department of Transport and Infrastructure should ensure that the projects completed within the set timelines. Contract period. Conclusion. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the committee, I now wish to those were the general findings, Honorable Speaker, the general recommendation, and I hope I've just skipped, Honorable Speaker, the general findings again. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee made the following observations: that very little is known by the community in which the roads are situated and what is expected on the works done, because the PQs are not provided. There were a lot of cases of road encroachment due to lack of proper demarcation. There is no policy to regulate erection of the illegal pumps, blockage, culverts, and road encroachment. Most culverts construction were not done as specified in the PQs, and as a result, Honorable Speaker, most of the culverts have collapsed and blocked. Some roads are too narrow that it was not convenient for two-way traffic. In general, Honorable Speaker, some roads were not done to satisfaction. Most roads had poor drainage system. Some roads had no billboards, making it difficult for the committee to identify some roads and scope of works done by the contractor. There was no proper supervision during construction, hence affecting quality of work done. Some contractors, Honorable Speaker, were taking more time to complete the allocated works. In the general recommendations, Honorable Speaker, I have gone through, and in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the committee, I now wish to table the committee report and I, this Honorable House, to adopt a committee report and implementation committee to ensure the implementation of the report, Honorable Speaker. I beg Honorable Singoe to second the. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Bombok, you should be knowing the procedure by now. You've already called for a second and you are still making comments. I now propose that the motion on adoption of the report by Roads Committee be discussed. Honorable Elfas Cheriot.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Committee on Transport and Infrastructure led by our able chairman, Honorable Pius Singway. I want to say you have done a commendable job. And having said all and done, I want to say that for most cases, actually, I've seen this committee moving out, doing a lot of evaluation, doing a lot of supervision, and they are moving out with a lot of speed and determination. That is why they have come out with such recommendations. And I'll call upon all our committee members actually to emulate the good work done by this committee. However, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that when this team actually are moving out, doing a lot of work, we have people actually on ground by the name road engineers and inspectors who actually are not doing the work which are recommended to be done by them. That is why even the committee were able to capture and say there was little supervision. There was very little public participation to the general public on actually on what they should be doing. Things like drainage, which actually it goes to a point where it warrants an honorable member to go and teach the general public on what they are supposed to do on matters drainage, while we have the road supervisors, the road engineers, which I can actually, Mr. Speaker, you can allow me to say they are lazing around in office. They have not taken the initiative actually to do a lot of policy formulation and dissemination of information to general public on what should be done. Like I can see recommendation by the committee that actually there's a lot of pushes to be done on the particular road, somewhere in Kabuareng. That is the work of the road supervisor and the contractor. Why actually this work has not been done is because the one by the name supervisor of the roads. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Teresa Mayo.
I would like to make an inquiry, Honorable Speaker. How far the photographs are so that it can aid our contribution to the same.
Honorable Dr. Paul Sanga, as we get the information on what Honorable Teresa Mayo has.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to contribute. Once again, I want to echo the group, the Committee on Transport. They did a commendable job. I would also add on their comment, because I think they forgot, there was equal distribution of resources across the 30 wards, equal amount of money allocated to every ward. But if you see the scope of work are not equally distributed. For instance, in some wards, grading and graveling was done in their entire roads of up to more than 5 kilometers, grading and graveling. Some wards like mine, Jepunyuk, they graded 5 kilometers and only gravel 3.5. So I don't know, the committee should have also noticed that so that they can make a comment. What could have made some works are not equally distributed throughout the county. Thank you.
Honorable Pius Morai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to congratulate the committee for having done a very good job. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, this is actually what oversight is all about. Going by the findings of this committee, Mr. Speaker, you realize that this committee has just started work very well, but to my surprise, Mr. Speaker, I'm told that the works on the same, that is RMLF roads, which were done 2017, 2018, in some words, around 1 or 2 roads have not been completed to date. I overheard somebody say, I'm not very sure, Mr. Speaker, but I know the roads committee must be having this information. So, Mr. Speaker, my proposal is that in future, there was a problem when we are giving out programs for RMLF roads for the next financial year, that those proposals were turned down several times. And they were telling us that the roads must be classified. So we are getting surprised because I've never known the number of roads and which roads are classified in my ward. It was really a problem because you can find a road which is classified, but it is around 2 kilometers. And these people were talking of 5-kilometer road or more. So I think in future, this committee should be able to give us classified roads in all the wards. And if they have not done so, they should be able to include the MCA, area MCA, in making these classifications, so that we should be able to know which roads are those ones. If I may give an example of my ward, so we're talking of, giving one place as a point of reference, saying, let me take an example of one, Kurugung Road 1, Kurugung Road 2, Road 3, and they are not specific. So I think in future, I want to ask the committee to work on it so that we should be able to know which roads are classified. And they should be of the same standard as much as possible. They should be have been surveyed very well. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I do support this report. Thank you.
Honorable Pius Singwai.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kunipatia nafasi kuchangia hii report ya roads. Nafikiri hii kazi ya barabara ni kazi ngumu sana. Wanakamati huwa tunazunguka tunaangalia kazi ile inafanyika, lakini problem ambapo tunaona wale ambao wanafanya supervise katika ground huko, unaweza kuta contractor anaanza kazi bila yeye kuwa pale kuangalia vile kazi inaendelea. Ndio naona mambo ya billboard unakuta area zingine hakuna, na hiyo ndio kwa ya kwanza ndio kazi ifanyike. Wakati tunaendelea tunajua ni nani, kampuni gani ilifanya hii barabara. Tuko na shida kwa hiyo. Ya pili, vile vile tungetaka waheshimiwa wala ambapo kwa wards vile tukiitisha kwamba tunataka tukitembea huko tukiwa pamoja, ingekuwa bora. Tukiona makosa tunaona tukiwa sisi wote. Ingebidi tusaidiane tuone kwamba kazi inaendelea vizuri. Kwanza kwa hii mabarabara ambayo imefinywa, tungesaidiana pamoja wakati mabarabara imewekwa contract ifanyike, iangaliwe kwamba imefanywa survey kwanza lije ya kuunda hiyo barabara. Ndio waheshimiwa ndio ketusaidia vile vile. Na wala ambapo wanasimamia huko chini naonekana wasangina na complain nasema eti hawana magari ya kutembea nayo, na kuna ile haya ambayo tulikuwa tunapatia ndio tunashindwa. Labda sangine tunapatia magari haya ambayo wangetembea nao, labda kuna wengine wakubwa wanatembea naye alafu wale wadogo hawana. Nafikiri maoni yangu ni ya kwamba tutaangalia wakati mwingine ya kwamba kama tunaweza nunulia mabikibiki ile wakiwa wanazunguka huko ground kuangalia hizo mabarabara. Tunaona hiyo shida. Tena lija hii ya kufunga hiyo makalvat ni problem nyingi sana. Na area ya Moso tuko na shida sana kwa makalvat ikiwekwa, hii malori ya kubeba miwa kama hajakauka inaharibu na pasua. Hata chamasi hiyo problem iko. ambapo kama ingewekwa hiyo itengenezwe barabara, ingewekwa culvert mpaka ikauke kwanza na ifungwe hiyo barabara ndio hiyo itumike kama imekauka. Sasa tuko na hiyo shida vile vile. Kuna shida mingi sana ambapo tena unajua vile waheshimiwa anauliza kwamba mbona mambo ya Maram si sawa. Tuko na shida hata area yangu Maram sijapata kwa sababu hiyo ni yetu ambayo tunatengeneza kama county. Unakuta nasema mafuta hakuna. Mara sijui malori imekuaje. Iko problem mingi sana. Mara makereta imeharibika na tujui ni shida iko wapi. Unajua ile hii ambayo tumeleta sasa hii ni ile RML bila ambapo linajuzi. Na ile nyingine kuna zingine ambayo ya 2017 na chamalisika. Ndio tulikuwa tumepigania kwamba wa cancel hiyo tenda na apeane kwa watu wengine. Sasa nafikiri kuna area zingine ambayo inafanyika na kuna area zingine haijafanyika. Hata hii saa hizi vile vile unaona wao wanasema wanataka ile barabara ambapo imeundwa kwa sababu hii ya kufungua inaleta shida. So unaona sasa kapsimatwa. Vile vile sasa dosa iko huko. Hiyo dosa ilikuwa masoba na imepelekwa aende afungue hiyo barabara. Imeleta shida hiyo sasa barabara hajakuwa kwa sababu delay ya hiyo. Sasa watu wa dini wa ndio ameleta hiyo report. Ndio tulikuwa tumecomplain tumesema kwamba kama kuna njia ambayo inatakikana ifanywe MC mheshimiwa mwenyewe ndiye anasema hiyo ni barabara lakini wale wanasema hapana. Barabara ile ambayo inafunguliwa haitakikani. Sasa tuko na shida mingi sana. Kitu kilioko tusaidiane tukiwa pamoja tuone tutafanya namna gani. Shida iko kubwa. Hii mambo ya kusema mafuta imepotea sijui nini mara uisi wa mafuta iko mingi. Iko shida mingi sana. Nafikiri ni hayo tu.
Honorable comment.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chair, our senior Singoe, and his team for coming up with a good report. They've actually moved around, and it is whatever they've actually put in this report is actually factual. So I want to really thank them for ensuring that they get to every word. In Terik, for example, the same road that has been allocated for RMLF is still pending due to technical issues. They say dosing work is given out to contractor delays, and up to date as we speak. I would really request that Chair give me a day where we can actually go there together as a team and find solutions so that we ensure that that part of the road is completed. The Chair has actually summed it up that there is a lot of mismanagement in the Department of Roads and Transport, which needs to be looked into. I have not actually approved the aspects of the supervisors carrying fuel using drums. We are not sure whether those drums are actually emptied. The fuel is emptied into the machines. I think this house actually knows that we bought a tanker as a county, which should actually be used to dispense the fuel to these machines. So there may be need that we make follow-up and ensure that we get that tanker into working condition so that we improve on our oversight. There's also one issue that has been bothering me in a way that if you've seen the allocation for RMLF roads has been increasing each year, but the length of the road that is said to be constructed is always the same, 5 kilometers. Why is that? Maybe Chair could also assist us in that, because if last year we were allocating 4 million, 4.2, this time we are allocating over 5 million. It is still the same road they are saying 5 kilometers. So we may need to really look into it. Finally, Honorable Speaker, I would wish to say that the RMLF funds are our taxes. We are not going to allow the aspects of some people dictate that they need some given types of roads. The roads belongs to us. It is us to decide which road is to be constructed, which road really benefits people most, we are the people who are concerned about that. So that aspect of saying that should be dictated, that it should be this type of road, we reject that in totality. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Teresa Mayo.
Thank you, Honorable
I know you are still waiting for the
Yeah, it's
photos
like-
to be up on the screen. I think our ICT team is still working on the slides because it must be in slide form. So
Okay, thank you. Let me still make my contributions without saying. I would like to thank the committee for what they have presented to us. I only have a few observations on our roads. The first one is that most of our roads are narrow, especially if you compare with those rural roads in Uasin Gishu. They are very narrow, they have been encroached, and they lack drainage. Another one like Kapkilel, Kabikwen Road, which the members visited, they white in color that made the entire road from Kipsiga to Kabikwen impassable. They had to go and literally undo the maraming to be able to make the road passable. So initially when we came in, the governor had made a commitment that we were going to select a certain type of maram that would be used across. Maybe the supervisors and the engineers have failed to avail the same for the entire county. Another one is that in this report, where it's written recommendations, the members making the findings, almost everywhere it is said the committee members was satisfied by the road works already done. I don't know whether that is a recommendation because you realize everywhere in this report, except a few areas where they were dissatisfied, but still they did not make a recommendation after that. So maybe the committee, next time, maybe you can make a recommendation so that the engineers can use the same to make the road. And then again, the standards, the measure that was used in this report is that the road is passable using a vehicle. I don't know whether it's also possible using other means, because in most of them, they have said the road is possible using a vehicle. So maybe that was their standard of measure. So if it is possible, I saw in Kirongo's word, sometimes when we went there, he had actually widened the road, pushing people to refence their premises, which should actually be emulated by all the members so that we make sure that our roads are to the standard. It's so hard for lorries and tippers to go through most of the Nandi roads that are there because they have been seriously encroached. Then there's somewhere where it's saying culverts, measuring this and that were done, bridges, like that, Kapkilel, Kabikwen Center Road. I don't think there is any bridge in that road. So otherwise, thanks the committee. I support this report and that we make our roads fairly uniform in size. Thank you.
Honorable Bambok, right of reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish also to thank.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Walter Teno.
I thought you were waiting for the, before you give chance for Bambok to give a right of reply. You're waiting for the photos.
Fair enough, Honorable Walter Teno. Let him proceed as we wait for the photos. I have said the ICT department is doing the slides. Even if we don't have it today, generally all members have concurred with the committee in terms of the report. So it's a matter of just confirming with the photos. We can even do it at a later date because I think the ICT team has really delayed. I don't know whether the job is too big for them. Maybe that should be handled at a different level. Honorable Wambok.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. While we are still waiting, I know as honorable members, we can't lie because when we went with the ICT team. Of course, most of you know, only maybe few challenges are there. Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank honorable members for also supporting what the team has done. I know the team went, and we requested all honorable members to join us during that the visitation that we had in various wards. However, I had members asking that there was no equity in terms of the length of roads and the time.
Honorable Wambok, order. I think let me exercise the discretion. And as Honorable Mengeju say, under powerful standing order number 1, that we would defer the putting to question of this particular report so that we'll have a look of the same and make the final contribution for those who have not made before we put the question. Next order.
Order number 9, adjournment.
The business session is adjourned.